Alright, what's up guys? Thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is John, and today I want to talk about a proxy workflow and how you can work it into your videos so that you can produce content faster and more efficiently. Basically what a proxy is it takes a file from a large resolution down to a lower resolution and a codec that is more friendly with your editing software so that you can more efficiently edit your footage and not get that lagginess that you see in a lot of video editing software. So yeah, let's jump into it. Alright, so there's a couple ways that you can go about starting a proxy workflow in Premiere. I'll talk about first starting the project off totally fresh. Then I'll talk about how you can turn footage that's already in a project into proxies. All right, so we'll start a new project. So once you've clicked on Start New Project, your first thing that you're going to want to do for importing them directly as proxies is go over to your ingest settings. You're going to want to check ingest and change copy to create proxies. So once you have that done, your presets are going to come up with a number of different options. Personally, what I'm going to recommend to you guys is the 1024 by 540. This is the lowest res file in an Apple ProRes codec. Premiere reads Apple ProRes codecs very well. They are a little bit higher file size than the H.264, but basically why you would want to use the Apple ProRes even though it's a higher file size is that the H.264 is a compressed version of the Apple ProRes. So basically what Premiere has to do is spend some energy decompressing that H.264 file when it could just take that Apple ProRes file directly and use it as is. So you're going to save a little bit of processing power if you go the Apple ProRes file, even though the file sizes are a little bit larger. So I'm going to recommend that, but if you're looking to save storage, maybe go the H.264 route. And just keep in mind, you can always delete proxies after a project is done and eliminate that space. So I would definitely personally go with the Apple ProRes route. There's some other sizes that you can go with as well, resolution sizes. But since it's so easy to toggle back and forth between proxies and actual footage, I would just recommend going the lowest resolution possible, and that way you can really fly through footage. So once you have your project open, what you can do is go to Import. You're going to want to click import rather than dragging footage directly into your media library because otherwise it's just going to import the footage regularly. You need to, for some reason, right click and say import. So what we'll do is we'll get some sample footage. Maybe we'll go check out the Kid the Great stuff. New music video coming out soon, fall. Drag like 3 of these clips in. So this will automatically open up Media Encoder, and what that'll do is create proxies wherever you decide to create those. Right now they're just going straight to my desktop, but you can always change the location after. And yeah, so that's pretty much the first way of using proxies. Once you have your proxies created, what you can do is drag them into your timeline just like normal. So what some of you will need to do if you've never worked with proxies before is you'll need to go over to this little plus symbol and add the proxies. The proxies icon looks like this. It's 2 little squares and a circle. So you'll need to drag that down onto your shortcuts. I already have it there, so I'm just gonna leave it. Once it's there, what you can do is click quickly back and forth, and you'll see that the size is changing. So it's basically going back and forth to that ProRes to the actual clip. ProRes to actual clip. If you see when you scrub through this, it's a little bit laggy. It's not quite working right, it's jumping around. But once you click the toggle proxies, you can see it scrubs through very cleanly in comparison to the other. Basically, that's just because it's a lower res file and a codec that's more friendly for Premiere to read. The second way that you can create proxies, if you already have a project started that you're having trouble editing and you want to speed up your workflow a little bit, is you can right-click on the clip in the project and go to Proxy. And then over to Create Proxies, and you'll have a list of options here. So basically it's the same thing as before. You click whatever resolution and codec you want and click OK. So basically the same thing happens. Once you right click on the file and click Create Proxies, it'll open up Adobe Media Encoder and run the proxy for you. All right, hopefully that helps some of you guys out. I know once I learned about proxies, it sped up my editing workflow significantly. Can't even explain how much time this saves me. So I would highly recommend a proxy workflow to pretty much anybody. Just remember that it does take a little while to encode all these proxies. So it's best to let this run in Adobe Media Encoder, then step away, I don't know, go get some coffee or something, and then come back to your project because it does take a while to create these proxies, especially if you're gonna go the Apple ProRes route. It does take a little bit longer to encode than the H.264. So thanks again for watching, guys. If this video helped you out or you enjoyed it and want to see more content like it, it would be awesome if you'd subscribe or leave a comment down below and let me know. All right, later.